All right, what's up, YouTube? I am back with another video. Once again, my signature saying for some reason, but today's lesson, we're just gonna jump straight into it. Okay, so Robinhood, it has become the best broker for me right now, is because it's commission free, and I guess I'll start doing my long-term trades with TD Ameritrade or penny stock trading with TD Ameritrade. But Robinhood has what is the Nasdaq and the New York Stock Exchange. Everything's listed on there. There's no penny stocks, but pretty much there's commission free, and you can make $5 if you want to, and we have to pay commissions because it's commission free, and that's why I say it's the best. And my portfolio, has Berkshire Hathaway B class shares. I also have Hewlett Packard. This is the printing and PC side of the company, and currently I'm up 5% for the year. So I'm still beating out some of the market analysts and your average hedge fund. So I'm doing pretty well, and hopefully I'll start getting more companies in there and start to increase that percentage. Penny promotions. The penny promotions have been running a little dry. I don't know if companies start to get a little stingy with the money on promotions, but I know I start to see a lot of top gainers. I'm pretty sure that penny promoters, I just don't, I just haven't followed that promoter yet. But what I teach my traders in my chat room is to become less dependent on penny promoters and start to look out for stocks yourself. So start to watch out for that news, start to watch the market, you know, be better in tune with the market. So that's what that's about. You don't have to follow penny promoters because they give you the high return, although, you have to be dependent. You have to be dependent on yourself rather than a penny promoted. And buying on the open, if your account isn't that big to make a couple cents and be done for the day, please do not buy on the open because you'll be squeezed out and you'll start to lose money. Because I know if a stock looks red hot, it's up 70% pre-market, and you're starting to see a little profits. And as soon as you work off that commission, that $7 or $10 commission, however, whichever broker you choose, and as soon as you work all the way up there and you're there, you're about to start breaking profits, the stock starts to fall because you're starting to get into a short, and people like to squeeze smaller accounts out for their gain. So you always have to be mindful of people shorting the stock on the open, because once that stock peaks, who knows how far that stock will go back down. It might go all the way back down to yesterday's close. So you have to be very careful on buying on the open. I suggest you wait 15 or 10 minutes before you start to actually buy that stock, because the bid and ask price, they're going to be spread. They're going to spread so far apart, and you're not going to know where this thing is going. So I suggest you wait and see wait and see before you actually start to buy and take that huge risk of buying on the open. All right, and we're gonna get to watching the news. Watching the news pretty much helps you, take a look at the market, and you never know what you might hear could gain you a couple $100 tomorrow or the next week. So you always have to keep your ear to the street and know what's going on. So I don't want you to be confused when you start watching the market news or when you start reading articles. Make sure you do your research and understand. Watch my previous videos to understand the EBITDA, EPS, everything. Make sure you're understanding everything so that way you can gain. One of my traders were able to identify something that happened in the news, bought at 60 cents. It spiked all the way up to almost $2. GEVO almost spiked up to $2. And that is things that I want you to be aware of. Take advantage of the news. It is here for you. I can't make you buy or sell, but I can give you the tools to buy and sell. And I would like to say, if anybody has any questions or any concerns, please mention me, follow me on Instagram, ask me a question, comment on one of my profit photos or loss photos, whatever you want to do. I would make sure I get back to you. I would like to congrats all my traders I have in my chat room. They have started, some of my traders have started from paper trading all the way to actually starting with money. And I know I have one trader that started with paper trading, and his very first trade he profited because he was able to paper trade, study, listen to what I had to say in the chat room, listen to all my videos, and he profited on his first trade. And the whole point of my chat room is to be able to grow my students' small accounts, one trader at a time. We're building confidence in the chat room. We're bouncing ideas off each other. We're starting to show off some profits. Every time we profit, every time we loss, we make sure that we put that in the chat to learn from my experience and for people to see. And every time I get somebody to gain or lose on my chat, I put it on my Instagram, put it on my Facebook, put it on my Twitter, because not a lot of my students lose in the market. It's true. They don't lose in the market. You know, they have very low chances of losing in the market. And if you wanted to start off with $20 in the market, go ahead. But if you don't have the information, or if you don't have the knowledge behind you, that $20 is going to turn into $5 really quick. So if you want to start for 20, go ahead and open up a Robinhood account. It's commission free, and you have the freedom to trade whatever you want. You can only trade New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq. And honestly, you don't even need penny stocks. Honestly, you can trade the Nasdaq promoters. They have Nasdaq promoters, and you can trade those. And all the content I have here, people charge a lot of money for it. Um, I see a couple people like Timothy Sykes, or I forgot, one old dude promised you can have 300% annual returns, but you had to buy something. So that's pretty much how it is. If you want to, if you want to live this lifestyle, you have to buy my product. But everything is free on here. Like I said, if you have any questions or anything like that, mention me, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. Peace.